Welcome back to the Department of Nerds podcast.
Ugh.
Episode 13.
We're still doing Marvel stuff.
Hey, we're almost fucking done, bro. Well, with the MCU. We're almost done with the MCU.
It's going to be our retirement episode.
No, it's not. No. Today we're going to talk about 4 movies, so this is going to be a long episode. We're going to talk Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Thor Ragnarok. Closing out Phase 3, leading right into Infinity War and Endgame, which will be our next episode. So, We're going to get started with the Easter eggs from Doctor Strange. Who's going first?
Let the youngest one go first.
How old am I?
You're younger than both of us.
Shut up. What's my age? If you guess it right, I'll go first.
You've said it before too, but I don't remember shit. So let's go with 17 because that's how you look.
What the fuck? I got 2 half sleeves, man. Come on. What 17-year-old do you know that's 2 half sleeves?
It's 2020, bro. You can do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
You're 27, aren't you? 27, right?
I don't know. Omar, what am I?
I don't know. You're 27, right? 27.
No, I'm not. You go first. I'm 26.
All right. Anyway,
So you're in your 27th year.
Going on my 27th year.
No, you're in your 27th year.
Technically, my 27th year will start when I'm in December 2nd.
No, that's when you have finished your 27th year. Because when you're born, you're 0 years old.
But you're in
when
your
you turn
year.
1, you have
This
completed.
isn't Korea. We don't go by like their birth date. That's some bullshit. That's not
Anyway.
how any of this works.
Anyway, since you guys want to be on a podcast and not do anything for the podcast, I'll go. So we're in the Doctor Strange Easter eggs. First one I've got up here is Christine Palmer. God damn it. I hate both of you. All right. So as gifted a doctor as Stephen Strange may be, he still needs some medical help when he's the one who needs to be operated on. The honor goes to Christine Palmer, played by Rachel McAdams. Whew.
Oh, God.
You. She is a colleague, friend, and former love of Stephen Strange, who has clearly put their romance behind them, refusing to date co-workers due to her strange policy. For those diving into the character's comic book history, the source material may not be a perfect match because Christine is actually a combination of 2 different characters. There is a character in Marvel Comics known as Christine Palmer, but she's the star of her very own solo Night Nurse comic book series. Though that version of the superhero healing nurse has little ties to Doctor Strange, the prior version, Linda Carter, not that Linda Carter, has plenty. In fact, one famous scene between Linda and Steven is recreated almost completely in the film, with Christine subbing in for Linda. I don't know what scene they're talking about. If I'm not mistaken, it is the scene where Doctor Strange got stabbed by the Zealot and their spirits are fighting.
They shouldn't do that.
Next, Avengers Tower. It's taken a beating in the MCU, but Tony Stark's gleaming monument to his superhero days still stands in downtown Manhattan. The Avengers Tower is impossible to miss, thanks to its unmistakable design and glowing blue A, so audiences have a few chances to spot it, decorating New York skyline, first when Stephen Strange's life story begins in New York, and later when he returns through the Sanctum Sanctorum. Let's see. The Avengers Tower can be seen shifting in on itself along the rest of the Manhattan skyscrapers when the mirror dimension begins folding on itself. Dr. Nicodemus West. He may not have gotten a complimentary introduction, incorrectly diagnosing a patient as brain dead and attempting to harvest the organs, but luckily for Dr. Nick West, New York's most brilliant surgeon steps in just in time to prevent catastrophe. When Steven dismisses Nick as unqualified compared to his own talents, Christine defends him, as she should, since Marvel fans know that he isn't a man to be underestimated. I don't know anything about him from the comics, so...
I'm looking through these. There's some Easter eggs, but they're pretty subtle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on here.
Let's see. Dr. Nicodemus West was also the surgeon responsible for saving Stephen Strange's hands. Eventually distraught that he failed to preserve the surgeon's gifts and contributions to the world, he followed behind him to find similar salvation at Camartage, training in the mystic arts before also returning to New York. But we're betting that's not going to be a major plotline in sequels. The next one, Air Force Colonel with a broken back, a throwback to Rhodey getting hurt in Civil War. No?
Think about when that happened, when they was talking about that. That's actually supposed to be a reference to the guy to Justin Hammer's test. Remember when the guy got spun completely around?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No shit. That's what I thought it was a throwback to, was Rhodey.
That's what a lot of people did. Hold on, let me see where to go.
It says the patient in question is a 35-year-old Air Force colonel who crushed his spine in a suit of experimental armor, and that's all fans need to hear to know what's being hinted at. The patient in question is obviously meant to be taken as Colonel James Rhodes, who suffered the same injury. It's still not outright stated. Oh, okay. Or one of the other soldiers the military has been using to recreate Stark's technology.
There it is.
So, is it really?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Blah, 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 blah.
Interesting.
I think they're trying to go with the fact that about when everything happened, because that wasn't. I don't think Doctor Strange was during Civil War.
No, it was right after Civil War.
No, it was supposed to take place. Because remember, he had his accident, and then he had to do it. Then he was searching for things, and then he had a whole lot of training. I don't think that happened. I think that movie technically should have. I think it started before Civil War.
Do you think it started before Iron Man 1 or Iron Man 2?
That I don't know.
You know who
That's
might
interesting.
know?
So we got to do some research on that. Does anybody want to look that up while I go through some of these? Let's see. A future Defenders villain is born. Among the surgery candidates pitched to Doctor Strange is a 22-year-old female with an electronic implant in her brain to control schizophrenia, struck by lightning. A strong case, obviously, and one that was immediately injected with even more meaning by those hungry for conspiracies and rumors. The real secret of that case, according to some, the woman in question was actually Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, tweaking her origin story before her solo film. What? Okay.
I don't understand. Help.
Now, the problem with that theory is that, well, it has absolutely nothing in common with Captain Marvel. In all honesty, the 68-year-old female with advanced brainstem glioma is only slightly more of a departure. It's still possible that Marvel is planning a complete overhaul of Carol Danvers' character, mental state, and alien powers, but we also broke down our theory that this patient is Marvel villain Typhoid Mary, a character introduced as part of Frank Miller's New York populated by Daredevil, Kingpin, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Okay. So it's possible that that's Typhoid Mary.
I've never heard of her in my life.
I have. But yeah, I have, but I don't
know much about
her. Okay, so next one is Pink Floyd. Doctor Strange is as psychedelic as a modern blockbuster movie can get, so it stands to reason that the soundtrack should reflect it. And no, we're not referring to Chuck Mangione's "Feels So Good." It's the music that plays as Stephen Strange gives in to his desire for speed. moments before that desire cost him his life's work. The song is Pink Floyd's Interstellar Overdrive, whose groovy strums fit in perfectly with the more galactic elements of the story, but it's no coincidence they were given a shout-out in the film. It was actually the band that provided the first tribute to Marvel's Sorcerer Supreme, including artwork from Doctor Strange comics on the cover of their album. Oh, no shit. Okay. On their album, A Saucerful of Secrets, recorded in 1968. You can look. They've got pretty much images from a Doctor Strange comic from back then. That's pretty dope.
So they pulled it from the comic, or the comic pulled it from them?
No, they pulled it from the comic in 1968, and then they used that song in the movie.
Oh.
What's in a name? Doctor Strange's descent from brilliant surgeon to venomous wreck is hard to watch, and the distance he's fallen is driven home by more than just pushing away the people you care about, or the one person who does at least. The audience gets a chance to see Stephen Strange's attempts at simply spelling out his own name. With his fingers so badly damaged, the writing comes out looking like that of a small child, and it looks familiar to comic book fans. The scene is lifted right out of Strange, a limited comic series by Michael Straczynski, Sam Barnes, and Brandon Peterson that re-imaged Doctor Strange's origin. There are a ton of images and scenes pulled from the comic for the film, from Strange's hospitalization to his rehab, and this sign of his frustration. That's pretty cool.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
What's up?
Well, some believe this to be Rhodey. It's actually not even that guy. It's director Scott Derrickson told us it's neither.
What?
That you shouldn't read too much into that phone conversation. Crap.
Hello? What's happening?
Oh, that was my instant messenger for work. It's still logged in. It's connected to my desk phone at the office. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of that so that it doesn't actually ring.
So did he say who it was?
No.
So it's just some guy.
So yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
The director? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he don't know nothing.
Yeah, the director.
Director don't know nothing.
It says, he said it's neither. So, and that you shouldn't read too much into that phone conversation.
Well, we're gonna, because of timing and words they said. Like, what the fuck?
You're gonna talk about did you already talk about the Watcher's cameo?
Not yet. All right, next we've got Master Hamir and his hand. When Stephen is first invited into Kamartaj by Mordo, he mistakes an elderly man. What are you doing? Stop. Both of you. You're killing me. He mistakes an elderly man for... I hate you, Opal.
What?
I see you because you're like right there, and I'm trying to read right here.
I was talking to freaking Hallie over there.
He mistakes an elderly man for the aforementioned Ancient One before being introduced to the real deal. The man in question is later revealed to be Master Hamir, another practitioner of the mystic arts whose skills show that you don't need hands to pull off magic. Aside from covering Marvel's running Empire Strikes Back joke of having a character lose their hand in every Phase 2 film, Master Hamir is yet another character pulled from the source material.
Time travel.
His role in the comics is admittedly a larger one, operating as the Ancient One's most loyal and devoted servant, even taking over for him as the caretaker of Kamartaj. Ready for an added twist, the keeper of the book who helps Strange in his teachings, Wong, is Hamir's son. Yep.
Wong, you're invited to my wedding.
Next, The Wi-Fi password.
Ah,
Don't remember that.
Do you have that pulled up?
Shambhala.
Go for it.
All right, I'll just read it word for word because that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Along with being wild and weird, Doctor Strange is surprisingly funny. One of the biggest laughs comes from when Strange starts settling in to learn from the Ancient One, and Mordo hands him a piece of paper with the word Shambhala on it. Strange asks if that's his mantra, and Mordo corrects him that it's only the Wi-Fi password. It is played as a gag, but Shambhala has a deeper significance in Doctor Strange's history and the real world. The concept isn't unique to Doctor Strange, as the mystical, otherworldly kingdom has existed in religious texts for centuries. Into Shambhala, it's also the name of an important Doctor Strange story from 1986, concerning not only the death of the Ancient One, but also featuring Hamir, the one-handed magic man from the temple. While comics reveal that Hamir is actually Wong's father, the film flipped the script in so many ways that it's unlikely this relationship will be translated into the big screen.
Boom. Staff of the Living Tribunal. As Strange begins his martial arts training at the hands of Mordo, the audience is introduced to another concept fairly central in the fiction's take on magic. For spells or forces that are too powerful for a single sorcerer to maintain, physical objects are imbued with the energy instead, allowing the sorcerers to use that energy without needing to channel it. He rattles off a few examples, and more are introduced over the course of the film, opening the door to plenty more Easter eggs for comic fans. The first is the Staff of the Living Tribunal, launching out from a single stick into a glowing staff of powerful energy. In the Marvel Universe, it's not an existing artifact, but a nod to the Living Tribunal, an actual cosmic figure. Without delving in... What?
Keep going. Read. Don't get distracted. Keep reading.
Without delving too deeply into the ever-changing fiction of the Tribunal, he exists as an embodiment of the multiverse itself, maintaining balance on a cosmic scale. The three-faced being is a design we would love to see adapted to film, but for now, fans will just have to do with the name drop.
You said staff. That was a funny thing.
Glowing staff.
You both.
And then Dalton went like this.
With my pinky. That's it.
That's it for today's show.
God damn both of you.
Time travel.
Vaulting Boots of Voltor. The next artifact mentioned by Mordo are the Vaulting Boots of Voltor, which he then demonstrates in combat by essentially running through the air, with magical charms appearing beneath each footfall. Now, unfortunately, we can't explain why somebody with essentially the gift of flight wouldn't be using that during every single scene that followed, but what we can explain where the name comes from, and it's as close to a flat-out joke as the movie comes for the most diehard comic fans.
He could only really used it during was he even there during one of the final fights when what's his old boy fucking made the whole city turn sideways and shit?
Yeah.
Was he there? That's about the only time he could have used it during the movie, anyways.
The actual existence of Voltor isn't even all that important, since fans would have a hard time explaining Voltor's role in the mythology. But every reader will know the name, since Stephen Strange's cry to the vapors of Voltor is one you don't soon forget. The basic idea is that Voltor is a mystical entity able to command vapors, gases like smoke, to aid Strange when needed. Not a whole lot to do with boots or vaulting, but a playful wink to the fans. There's 13 more of these. I'm excited.
You sound excited.
Dude,
Dalton,
you
why
don't
don't
have
you
to
take
read
over
every
one?
single one of them. Fuck.
Well, fucking let's go.
Go ahead, Dalton.
Skip like 4.
I still have 13 more. How do I know what got skipped?
I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I've read. I have here. Hold on. I have 15. I've read every single one, and they all fucking suck.
Well, what do you got?
They all are just literal trash that translates to shit wrote back in the 80s that no one fucking remembers.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, who the fuck was Black Knight?
I don't know.
See? Black Knight's helmet. It appeared in one of the shots for half a second. You can't even really see it unless you pause the movie. But that was there. Who the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
The only Black Knight I know is Martin Lawrence. It's a fucking
You know, we
movie.
just covered Black Panther last episode.
Okay.
Anyway.
I went snorkeling back in March. What's that have to do with anything?
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways. What do you got? What's next?
What about Stan Lee's cameo?
Go for it. That was number 9 on my list.
My list doesn't even have numbers. It's fantastic.
Ooh.
Even more confusing. So, Stan Lee's actually giggling at a book called The Doors of Perception by Aldous, whatever. A. Huxley.
Aldous Huxley.
First name. So not only is it a literal reference to strangers' perception of reality being forced open, but the book is pretty much an essay about a psychedelic drug trip. Quite appropriate for this movie.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And it's also kind of a reference to the Dark Dimension, which brings us to the next thing, which is basically, it is pretty much a dead-on shot of, what's his name again? Steve Ditko's panel brought to life for the Dark Dimension, Doctor Strange.
They also talked about that in like the final fight with Strange and
whatever
the fucking name was.
Yep, there it is right there. Here's a fun one. Benedict Cumberbatch's double duty.
Duty.
You're a fucking child.
Yes.
So just as it seems that the fight has been completely lost, with the sanctums destroyed and Dormammu consuming Earth, Strange has an idea, a solution to the problem that gives Dormammu a nasty surprise in the form of Shudder, an equal match. But if it seemed like the argument between Strange and Dormammu was particularly frustrating or circular, there's a good reason for it. Benedict Cumberbatch is playing both parts. That's right. Apparently, Cumberbatch's acting skills have become so refined, he's no longer satisfied with playing just one side of the screen, but in reality, the actor floated the idea to Scott Derrickson, wishing to perform the motion capture for the massive cosmic face of the supervillain. So he played both Doctor Strange and Dormammu. Did not know that. Different actor was the voice, though.
I assumed. That's why I thought you said that.
But he did the motion capture. That's pretty cool.
He also did Smaug.
He did. Another Infinity Stone. I mean, do we even need to fucking go into that? It's the fucking Time Stone. Sitting there in the Eye of Agamotto.
Time travel.
An Asgardian in need. After being teased by the studio, audiences got to see the first of 2 post-credit stinger scenes in Doctor Strange, in which the title sorcerer is visited in his New York sanctum by the god of thunder, Thor. The matter being discussed is Thor's brother Loki, apparently as much on the radar of the mystical community as the military one following his Avengers shenanigans. Fortunately, Strange decides to help once realizing how the presence of Thor and Loki fit into the overall story of their upcoming Thor Ragnarok. Thor and Loki are only on Earth to find their missing and exiled father, Odin. It's a simple solution for Strange, ruling that the sooner the Asgardians leave Earth alone, the better. Lending his help in finding Odin somewhere in the streets of New York, something to look forward to in Thor 3. Let's see. Not going to do that one because I don't really think there was anything. The Mindless Ones.
I read that one. I didn't follow it.
Yeah. We already did that one. The Wand of Watum. So when Caecilius is revealed to be making his final assault on Hong Kong Sanctum, it's Wong who leads the defensive, proclaiming that no zealot would enter the building with the remaining sorcerers defending it. To make his stand, he selects a magical artifact that is never named, But to those who know this Doctor Strange comics, it's unmistakable. The wand of what's whom. It's every bit as iconic a magical artifact as any other that appears in the film, and it fits its unusual appearance of a simple staff adorned with the demon heads at both ends. The wand, like most other artifacts in the movie, can perform a host of abilities. Its specialty is using incoming mystical attacks to generate shields or launch counterattacks, so we can only assume Wong put it to good use before his untimely death.
Now, see, I got that it can also alter reality.
Oh, really?
Because it was split in two parts so that it couldn't be used together, basically, so you couldn't use it at all. Yeah, Xandu could alter reality itself with the wand, so maybe just him.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Why do you need a reality stone then? Fuck.
Fuck, I don't know. The last one is Mordo's new mission. Final post-credit scene holds just as much significance for the future of the Marvel Universe too, but where Thor and Strange plant seeds for Thor's film and the coming team-ups, the appearance of Mordo has a much more sinister tinge. Having tracked down the man known as Pangborn, who first used the magic of Camartage to heal his spine and nothing else, Mordo states his new realization that magic is not meant to result in selfish rewards for the sorcerer, but a greater service. His final judgment is that there are just too many sorcerers in the world, and the punishment is apparently to get rid of them one by one. It's the first sign of Mordo genuinely turning from hero to villain, and if his future in the MCU is similar to that of the comics, then he's poised to become Strange's greatest adversary before too long. All right, that's it for Doctor Strange.
Can we talk about that last one real quick?
Sure.
I felt like that was a little too much. Like, are they going to pull Benjamin Bratt in for something else?
Who?
Benjamin Bratt. The guy that played Pangborn.
Oh, I didn't know the actor's name.
He's actually been in a lot of other stuff.
I know, I've seen him, I just never knew his name.
Yeah, so that's a
They might.
role.
They might, I don't know. Definitely something to look into. I mean, we still have Multiverse of Madness coming out hopefully fucking soon.
It's going to be a 4-hour episode just on that movie.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a big one. All right, so we're moving on to Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spooderman.
I've got 36 sitting here.
Hey, you're on Screen Rant.
Yes, so let's fucking...
Variety.
We got 3 of us. Let's fucking knock this out one by one.
I'll go first.
Oh, fuck. You want to contribute? I'm so happy.
This is like the best one in the entire movie, so... Because it goes back to the...
I'll be the judge of that.
It goes back to the Spider-Man multiverse, so...
Let's hear it.
Donald Glover has a small role in Spider-Man Homecoming, but an exciting one for Spidey fans. Glover plays Aaron Davis. Aaron Davis is the uncle of Miles Morales. He states that I got a nephew that lives around here, meaning it's Miles Morales. So those two are colliding. In the comics, Miles took place in the Ultimate Universe's Peter Parker. After he was killed by a Green Goblin, he now resides in the main 616 universe alongside with Peter Parker we know and love. What makes Glover casting as Miles' uncle even better is that Atlanta star actually campaigned to play in the role in Spider-Man in 2010 before Sony went with Andrew Garfield. His campaign eventually led him to voice Miles in a couple episodes of the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series.
Excelente.
Yes, you're welcome.
Omar?
So this one's on this list, even though it's not in this movie. But in Iron Man 2, it was confirmed that, and most people know this already, but
I was just looking at that one.
Little kid with the Iron Man helmet on is actually supposed to be Peter Parker.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. I don't hate that they didn't I hate that they didn't acknowledge it in the movie. You know, that would have been a really cool throwback going from phase 3 to phase 1 like that. I mean, that'd be pretty dope. But how old is that kid right there?
I don't know.
So in the animated movie, Peter Parker was like 30, and Miles was what, 14, 15?
Yeah.
So Peter is
Peter
15
is
here.
like.
So Miles is like fucking a baby, pretty much.
I'm saying in this one we're talking about from Iron Man 2.
I mean, I would say he's probably
Oh.
like 6 or 7, maybe 8. I don't know.
And when did Spider-Man Homecoming come out?
17?
16, 17? Or when did it take place?
Usually those take place at the same time they come out, it seems like.
Right, but they did a lot of things that were right after Civil War. So it was in the same year Civil War took place.
Ah.
Because the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming, it said 6 months after the events of Civil War.
All when they're cleaning the stuff up.
No, that was after Avengers 1 when they showed his after it showed his little home recordings of when he was in Germany, it said 6 months later. So what year did Civil War take place?
That was 2016, 2017, or 2016.
So 2016.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 came out in what? It took place in 2008?
I think so.
So that's 8 years. And Peter Parker's in high school, so he's probably around junior or sophomore.
So 16, 17.
So.
Hold on, I found it.
Here we go.
Civil War is 2016.
Okay.
Spider-Man Homecoming is 2016, 2 months after Civil War. But also maybe 2020. It's confusing.
What the
I don't know, dude.
But Avengers Endgame takes place in 2023.
2 months after Civil War? The fucking movie said 6.
Look, man, I got none.
Okay. All right. Anyway, it's weird.
6 months after he was at the airport, or 6 months after just the absolute ending of Civil War?
Well, you got to think the absolute ending of Civil War was like a day or two after the airport because they got in the plane and flew there.
You got to think,
oh, that's true. When they were back at the compound.
Tony Stank.
So here's the other thing too. And Iron Man 2, which is when that scene happened, was in 2010. Or MCU timeline is 2011. So
2011. So 2011.
7 years, man. 6 years.
6 years. So he had to be 10. He does not look 10. He looks like he's 5.
I don't know, man. Kids look weird. Kids are weird. He's not big.
He's not. He's a very small, malnourished child.
Yeah, kind of like Hallie over here.
All right. So anyway, we'll move on from that one.
Fuck you.
Next one.
Fill up my shirts, my big boy shirts.
Familiar tune. No time is wasted in reminding audiences what unique thrills and nostalgia are synonymous with Spider-Man, as the Marvel Studios logo is met with the classic theme song from the 1960s animated series. This time around is composer Michael Giacchino, who has crafted the unforgettable tune into a full-blown orchestral theme. And by now, movie fans have gotten their fill of it in the many Spider-Man relaunches and reboots. Sam Raimi gets credit for being the first to adapt the tune to a live-action film, with buskers on New York streets and subways belting out acoustic versions of their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3 play the music as a tribute to Spidey by a live band. And the theme is adapted into a cell phone ring in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. While no longer hard to miss, it's the kind of nostalgic jingle any superhero fan would kill for. Any superhero would kill for, figuratively. God.
Good?
That was a lot to read for just a terrible Easter egg.
See, that's why you just get a basis of it, summary. Like mine. One of Vulture's henchmen. He was a shocker. They made alien technology. You put the thing on the fist. You know what I'm saying? And he became the shocker, but it was only for 4 minutes total screen time?
Yeah, but then the other guy picked it up.
Yeah. Well, that's the one I mean. I don't count the first guy because he didn't.
The
do
first
shit.
guy looks like the guy who's supposed to be Shocker.
Yeah, he got evaporated into dust.
So, anyway, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Bruce Banner cameo.
Whoa.
I don't believe it.
It's sort of a cameo. So when he's in the chemistry class, it's got the pictures of let's see who's got. He's got Darwin, Newton, Tesla, Einstein, a bunch of others. And
I
at the
see
very
it now.
end, it's Bruce Banner.
I see it now.
What about Tony Stank? Where's he at?
Tony Stank ain't in there apparently.
Nope. Wait, because I don't think Tony Stark's a doctor.
He's gotta be. He has to be some form of a PhD doctor. He has to.
No, he doesn't.
Does he though? No, not really.
He graduated MIT at like 15.
That doesn't mean he's a doctor.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
He's just really smart with mechanics. Okay, here's one that's pretty fucking cool. I'm going to read this whole one. Cindy Moon. It isn't just the starring characters and teenagers who owe their origins to the pages of Marvel Comics, and fans will be shocked to learn just how many of Peter's peers have superheroics or supervillainy in their future or families. With that in mind, we've got a bombshell for Spider-Man fans who haven't kept up on their modern lore. As it turns out, that radioactive spider that bit Peter Parker, blessing him with all his superhuman abilities, also bit one of his classmates attending the same demonstration. The girl's name is Cindy Moon. Imbued with her spider powers as a boost to her own genius, some incredible mystic threats would soon give her a story of her own, ultimately ending with her return to the world to find Peter, a full-blown superhero, willing to help her find her parents and master her abilities. She would eventually take the name Silk for her heroic identity. And even if that tale isn't destined for the MCU, Liz's friend Cindy is a clear nod from the filmmakers. And hey, who knows? Few would have predicted Sony would make a Black Cat Silver Sable movie either.
Hey, so Tony Stark has only 2 master's degrees, engineering and God damn it, physics.
Yep, not a single PhD in the bunch. Who's up?
I'll go up.
Do you know how many PhDs Bruce Banner has?
I'll do this, and this will make Dalton happy.
Well, for some reason I want to say 9, but I think he has 3.
Nope.
How many?
Oh, well, now 3. Well, hold on. I was going to say 7.
I could have swore it was 9, but for some reason 3 is sticking out to me.
Because in Thor Ragnarok, he's like, use one of your PhDs to fly the thing.
Right.
7. Yeah, I'm right.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
Go ahead.
Dalton will like this one. It's about Stan Lee's cameo.
Yeah.
No, you'll like this one, apparently. Now, this says it confirms that he's actually a... What's his
normal fucking person.
No, it said he's an informant for the Watchers.
I could be all right with that.
Said it's been... if that's truly his task in the MCU, as the studio has now explicitly confirmed. There you go.
What, that he's an associate or he's an actual Watcher?
No, that he's a informant. And by the way, if I drop off right now, apparently my phone is not charging.
Uh-oh. You better charge it.
I've got it connected to a charger right now. So I don't know why it's not charging.
Just get a webcam, man.
Look, I'll do that eventually.
All right, so I've got another one. From computer nerd to teacher. If a comedy set in the halls of high school with math leads...
We've done this one.
We have?
What?
Yep. We did this.
What?
It's Peter Parker's math teacher. He was originally one of the computer geeks farther back in one of the MCU movies.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk.
Yep. We've already been through this one.
Ed Norton gave him the pizza when he snuck into the lab.
Yep.
And now it's Peter Parker's teacher, Mr. Harrington.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what one we did that for, but we've definitely done it. Oh, we did it for the Incredible Hulk.
I don't remember doing that for the Incredible Hulk.
I was one who read it. I remember it. Promise.
Oh, all right, whatever.
I gotta check. I gotta see if my shit's actually charging right now. Hold on.
Okay. I'm looking for the next one to do.
I'll do one.
Oh wow, he just turned off his video. Go ahead.
I'm still here. Go ahead.
Oh god, I thought I was kind of hoping you left.
Oh,
Michelle, or MJ, stays in the background for most of Spider-Man: Homecoming. More content to be reading her book than caring about what's going on around her. It isn't until the last scene of the film, when she is nominated to be the new captain of the academic decathlon team, she reveals her friends call her MJ, which she doesn't have any friends, but so she made it up.
Right.
And Dave, I ain't gonna lie, that hilt looks pretty nice back there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks.
Here for you.
The Shockers. Did you already do Shocker?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The Gauntlet Collection. So basically, it's just looking at what happened in. Fuck it. Speaking of the movie's version of the Shocker, didn't take fans long to. Dude, I'm trying to skim this fucking shit. There you go. There you go. You were like,
this
fuck.
That's the reverse.
This is the party
shocker.
stopper. What?
That's the reverse shocker there, buddy.
Wait. Oh no, this is the party stopper. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the Vulcan.
Live long and prosper. All right, so
I won't.
Speaking of the movie's versions of Shocker, it didn't take fans long to deduce that the signature weapon held by both Jackson and Herman seemed to be based off of the impact gauntlets used by Crossbones. All right, so basically, that's where they got the idea. I think. I don't fucking know how they got the idea. But this goes on to just talk about... So there's a question in here. Why does the Shocker use two of the gauntlets? That's a good question. Jesus fucking Christ. What now? What now?
Proceed. Go ahead.
We all know that the chubby guy sitting at the computer is the Tinkerer. Yes? No? Stop. Stop.
You or
Please,
Omar?
for the love of God.
Go proceed, Dave. I'll shut up.
The Tinkerer. Do you guys know
Yes.
who he is?
Yeah.
Do I even need to cover it?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to, or do you guys just want
Yes.
to wait so you can throw different signs up?
I've got nothing.
So Phineas Mason, played by actor Michael Chernus, is the Tinkerer. He's the guy basically who is throughout the film trying to get the Vulture to use the anti-zero gravity. I can't remember what it was.
Something so he wouldn't like die or explode. Or
Yeah. The high altitude. What?
The suction thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was the little marbles you throw it cuts through the hole or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that okay? That's what it was.
Yep. But he's talking about using the high altitude seal.
Yep.
So that way when he puts his wings up, it covers the hole. We already talked about the Prowler. I really hope he makes an appearance.
I got a good one.
What's up?
Karen. Remember Karen?
Yeah.
Spider-Man's AI Karen was actually voiced by Paul Bettany's wife, Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
Not a lot of people knew this or recognized it, but the principal of the school is the grandson of a Howling Commando.
Yes, because they showed the
Who's
picture.
this?
Yes. The principal of the school, if you look, you'll miss, it's only on screen for like a second. If you look on screen when Peter's in the office after what happens in DC, you see a picture of the Howling Commandos. That's dude's grandson. From Captain America, his grandfather is the one that says,
Yeah.
I'm from Fresno, Ace.
Huh.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking dope.
Omar, how would you do that? I'm sorry, but I gotta know.
Stop.
What the
There's a couple nods to different versions of the comics with license plates on that boat. Let's see. Yep, Karen.
The new Church of Asgard.
There you go, please, for the love of God.
That's a good one. That's one I.
Oh, is that the one about fuck, marry, kill?
Yes. But it's apparently let's see what we got here. It's when it's on the outside of when Peter and May are eating at the Thai place. Right next to the Thai place is the Korean Church of Asgard.
Yes.
Here's
Oh
one.
shit, I see it.
Yeah.
Korean Church of Asgard. What the fuck? I'm not gonna go over that because that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I got one. Chill out.
What's up?
Mac Gargan, the man who the Vulture meets on the ferry for the weapons deal.
Yep.
He got a tattoo. Ends up seeing him later on in prison. Is actually the Scorpion.
Yep.
You know, who knows if we'll see that in Sinister Six or not? If that even is going to be a thing. Three of the six are in jail together with each other,
yes.
right?
And we talked about that
prison.
during the Morbius trailer because I found the plot leak for Morbius and Scorpion's involved.
In Morbius or in something else?
Both. Sinister Six.
Sinister Six.
Because we talked about the possibilities for Sinister Six, and we can get to this after we do our Spider-Man Far From Home episode, because that's where we're going to talk about so many rabbit holes.
Going down the rabbit holes.
The next Easter egg that I've got is Pepper's t-shirt. So the t-shirt that Peter Parker's wearing at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming when he shows up at the Avengers facility in upstate New York, where he's supposed to get the, 17A?
Yep.
The Iron Spider suit.
Spider, yeah.
He's wearing the same t-shirt that Pepper Potts is wearing in Iron Man 3 when Tony has the nightmare.
Yes.
So, why?
Isn't it? Do we know what's going on?
Why? We already talked about Scorpion, and I'm going to be honest with you. The Captain America post-credit scene was the absolute best one they've ever done.
How many of these do I have to do?
Yeah, it was, what was it about patience? You know, you wait for something to end, and then you get there, and there's nothing. But I will say this, because the Easter egg here is it shows the Captain America Fitness Challenge, but it's after Hannibal Buress is probably one of the best comedic actors ever, and he stands there in front of the gym class and he says, the fucking video, he's like, so did you notice that Hannibal Buress is on one side of the TV, but Captain America points the opposite direction? He's like, just like your gym teacher over here. And he's pointing the wrong way, and he's like, well, I'm pretty sure he's a war criminal now, but I got to show you these videos. All right, that'll do that for Spider-Man.
What's the next movie we're doing?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I can sum it up. He gets big, he gets small, he gets big again. He's in water, he gets small again, taser, and then Mayor Giuliani calls him.
Why do you sound like you are in a bucket?
Because I'm not in front of my mic.
Goliath was teased back in Iron Man 2. When Tony was sitting there going through the SHIELD stuff, it had basically he said, let's see, he asked Jarvis, tap the Oracle grid. I need some things out of storage. Give me everything from projects Pegasus, Exodus, and Goliath. So that was pretty cool that they teased that far. The next one, ex-con security consultants.
God, I just want him to do a 20-minute video of the entire MCU.
He did.
So,
Yeah, they played it at a Comic-Con. You can find it, look it up on YouTube.
what's the actor's name?
Michael Pena.
Miguel Peña.
So basically, it's just the guys after their ex-cons, they go legit and make a company.
Holy shit, he really did it.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yep. That's what I got. I know I'm doing later. All right.
No Fishburne without a Matrix nod. So basically, I'll just read it because I'm trying to sum it up, but I can't. We would hope that Lawrence Fishburne will take it as a compliment that no matter what role he may play and how many still lie ahead of him, he will always be Morpheus to more than one generation. The circumstances have significantly changed from The Matrix, made in 1999, to Ant-Man and the Wasp, but he's still a brilliant teacher with knowledge of the world most everyday people would kill for. The filmmakers can hardly be blamed for filling the chalkboard with mathematical equations, an overt reference to The Matrix clearly visible alongside them. So there you go.
I got one.
What's up?
It's that one. It wasn't until Ant-Man was released on home video in high definition that fans... What the fuck are you looking all weird and shit for?
I'm listening to you.
You just...
Yeah, I'm turning my head to the fucking camera.
Jesus. Now even Kevin Feige has confirmed Wasp's cameo in Ant-Man, revealing that Hank's presumed dead wife has actually survived the process and survived in the subatomic realm of existence for decades. With the sequel, fans know to be on the lookout. Thankfully, the filmmakers haven't tried to keep their embedded clues a secret at all, confirming that the quantum realm was once again constructed with some plot threads and intriguing clues for the diehards to discover. Of course, we'll have to get over the mind-bending combination of sprawling, limitless space at a subatomic scale to actually begin their hunt. Good luck.
That was the next one immediately following what I just read.
That's why I just said, because you scrolled down, I was like, it's that one.
Okay.
Shall we move on?
Yep. Who's next?
The ones I got really weren't very interesting.
Oh. Go Screen Rant. These ones are actually decent.
Yeah, they're very detailed too.
All right, I'll do the next one. New supervillain Ghost turned heads in the film's trailer, looking more like a character pulled out of the Destiny video game, which no shit, I fucking thought it was. Than the Marvel one. She got more than an awesome costume though, eventually revealing herself to be Ava Starr, the quantumly affected daughter of one of Hank Pym's original colleagues. An alliance with supervillains soon followed, and the newly nicknamed Egghead was born. The regular villain to Ant-Man never reached the highest heights of the supervillain ranks, but is a nod to the same. Nice nod to all the same. I've never heard of Egghead.
I have not either. Huh.
Lawrence Fishburne's son. I don't remember seeing him in the movie.
So the first Ant-Man movie relied on a lot of special effects to turn Michael Douglas into a young Hank Pym. For the sequels, filmmakers took a different route for the flashback showing the catastrophe witnessed by Bill Foster, and which helped to create the future Ghost. Lawrence Fishburne didn't undergo digital de-aging. Instead, he got his son to play him. So just like they did for King T'Chaka, they got his son to play the younger version of him.
That's what that means.
Stan Lee cameo during the car chase. There's no chance of Stan Lee not showing up for a blockbuster movie starring one of his own co-creations, and the second Ant-Man movie doesn't disappoint. after making a cameo in the first Ant-Man as a bartender in a long chain of friends linking Sam Wilson to Scott, the veteran comic creator. The veteran comic creator in the midst of the sequel's biggest car chase, pun intended. After witnessing the physics-defying shrinking powers harnessed by Ant-Man and Wasp, Lee's character chalks it up to some pharmaceutical entertainment he took part in back in the 60s.
Isn't that when he went to unlock his car and it just disappeared? Or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Since previous MCU movies confirm Stan Lee is actually working for the Watchers, we can only assume that this aside is due to that character's own hallucinogenic history. But for fans, it's a fantastic nod to the far-out style of fellow co-creator artist Jack Kirby.
Actually, hey, wasn't it when they're in like the flatbed truck and he's throwing the shrink things and the bigger things, and then one hits his car and that's what happens?
I don't remember.
I think that's what it was.
I don't know. Ant-Man's daughter is destined to be a superhero. So
Really?
it's possible we will see her in Avengers 4.
Who would she be, though?
I don't know.
The Bumblebee?
Stinger, I believe. Taking the name Stature and later Stinger. She apparently is in the comics for the Young Avengers. So, yeah. And she, even in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she expressed that she wants to grow up to be just like her dad, be a superhero. So there you go.
Wouldn't that be Avengers 5?
Technically, yeah. Oh, okay. It says, now will the movies do the same given rumors of a full-grown Cassie Lang in Avengers 4? I meant to say Avengers 5. I just saw Avengers 4 and just went with it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it would be Avengers 5, but she is full-grown now, as we saw in Endgame, because she didn't get snapped out of existence. Tease of Marvel's Agents of Atlas. Anybody want to take that one?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Bless.
Thanks to the fallout from the Sokovia Accords and his criminal past, it isn't S.H.I.E.L.D. that Scott Lang needs to worry about, but the good old-fashioned FBI. Thanks to his decisions to answer Captain America's callback in Civil War, Scott has wound up serving house arrest under the watchful eyes of the FBI. Agent Jimmy Woo, to be exact. The role played by Randall Park, a.k.a. Jim, is more meaningful than most fans will realize. Originally introduced back in 1956 as a secret agent on the hunt for the Yellow Claw, Asian stereotypes have informed the character from the start. But surprisingly, Wu himself was portrayed quite well, leading to the future introduction of Marvel's comic universe alongside S.H.I.E.L.D. and later Agents of Atlas. As of 2013, Jimmy Woo had risen to the rank of headmaster of the Pan-Asian School for Unusually Gifted, a school for Asian teens with superhuman abilities like the Xavier School in Mumbai. Huh.
Yep.
So he's basically Professor X, but... Well, what the hell's his power?
Fuck Fino.
Good.
Yep. You up, Omar?
No. Go ahead.
Hank Pym's Hot Wheels storage case. Only a handful of brilliant former superheroes will be smart enough to plan as far ahead as Hank Pym, counting on having to shrink and relocate an entire office building and building in a convenient handle to make his future life easier. But that isn't the greatest detail for younger fans of miniaturized toys and trinkets. Know that honor goes to the way in which Hope and Hank keep their arsenal of vehicles ready at hand. Basically, they have a sweet 1950s, 1960s Hot Wheels storage case with a cluster of cars.
Real nice.
Pretty fucking dope. Tease of supervillain Centurion. So, it's not every superhero movies that actually ask the audience to wonder if the FBI are the bad guys or the good guys in opposing the superheroes. Sure, Ant-Man and Wasp have a reason to be heroes, but the feds aren't exactly wrong to try and enforce Scott's sentence. Well, we can single out at least one agent in the FBI who falls into the villain category, but not for the reasons one might think. When Sonny Birch wants to put Scott and Hope in a bind, he reaches out to an agent at the FBI to let them know where the heroes are located and are breaking the Sokovia Accords. That agent doesn't play a role in the story, but his name, Jeffrey Ballard, sure does. In the comics, Ballard took the name Centurion as an enemy of Iron Man, Goliath, and a few other heroes throughout his less than glamorous career as a supervillain. But as a government agent who went against Marvel's heroes, it's a nice touch to include him there.
Yeah, I'll do this one. Scott is officially Giant Man at last. All it is
Yep.
is he surpassed basically his last form in
Civil War.
He got bigger than that during the
Yes.
there in the river.
There was a nice little toss out to Animal House as well. The Tiny Universe joke. It was our whole solar system could be like one tiny atom in the fingernail of some other giant being. Could be one little tiny universe. Nice tease to the Quantum Realm Revelations. Okay, so there's two more that I want to go over. One of them is the post-credit scenes. We all saw that when Scott got stuck in the Quantum Realm, the snap had happened. But as you see that movie, you don't know what's going on. And then the final one. All right. Luis teases Marvel's next X-Men merger. The first Ant-Man showed Marvel fans that just about every MCU plot could be bigger, or could be better, delivered by Luis, Scott Lang's trusted friend, played by Michael Pena. The grand finale to the film even fell to his rapid style of recap, linking Scott to the Avengers, leading to his eventual recruitment by Cap. But a short section of his dialogue took on all new meaning after the film released, with him claiming that in a world of Marvel movies, we got everything nowadays. We got a guy who jumps, we got a guy who swings, we got a guy who crawls up walls. You got to be more specific. Fans hoped that reference to a wall crawler was a nod to Spider-Man joining the MCU. Official voices cited it only as a joke before Spider-Man joined the MCU, retroactively making Luis a seer of things to come. So now that Luis decided that X-Con was a perfect style of branding and not X-Con, is it another case of the X marking the spot? Here's hoping Ant-Man 3 sees Luis have to come up with a new name when they hear from the X-Men of Marvel's combined movie universe. So, maybe.
Mayhaps.
All right, so we're on the last movie now.
Hey, just FYI, I went to Inverse for an obvious reason. Just letting y'all know.
I don't know what that means.
Website Easter eggs.
Okay.
Screen Rant
For an obvious reason?
Screen Rant has a lot.
Yes, they do. Because Thor Ragnarok, Screen Rant gave us 40.
I'm on Inverse that has 15.
Ugh.
You're going to be reading a lot, Dave.
I'll do one.
Yeah.
An early joke in Thor Ragnarok is when Thor mentions how Loki once turned him into a frog. It's more than just a memory, it's an actual reference to Throg, welder of the mighty Frognir, a Thor-Frog hybrid which first appeared in Thor 364 in 1986. He was the founding member of the Pet Avengers, formed by the Inhuman Good Boy Lockjaw.
Sweet.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right, Scrapper 142. At
There
one
you
point,
go.
Grandmaster introduces Tessa Thompson's Tough as Nails Valkyrie as Scrapper 142. That's a reference to the Incredible Hulk number 142, written by Roy Thomas, published in 1971, which featured the introduction of Valkyrie.
Okay.
Tony Stark's nickname for Thor, Point Break. I think we could all figure that one out.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah. The fake
Scourge?
Infinity Gauntlet.
What?
Fake Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do we all know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Hela pushes over a fake Infinity Gauntlet. Let's see. Surtur and the Eternal Flame. Fuck, that's a lot. It's like a fucking book on this one. Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, I'm not doing that one. Scourge's Shake Weight is a DC crossover.
I don't believe it.
When Thor tries to return to Asgard with the help from Heimdall, and the audience learns that basically Scourge took over, he's more concerned with impressing a pair of Asgardian women than monitoring the God of Thunder's whereabouts, mainly by demonstrating that having the ability to go anywhere in the cosmos allows him to acquire stuff, which he's holding nearby. So, okay, here we go. Fuck reading all that. So, let's see. The gag, as explained by director Taika Waititi to Fandango, is that the source of that shake weight is actually a crossover with DC Comics, in a way. When Waititi was playing the role of Hal Jordan's best friend Tom in Green Lantern, I forgot he was in that movie.
Ah.
No, there's a fucking picture, and he's holding the ring. Okay. So, he was playing the role of Hal Jordan's best friend Tom in Green Lantern. The shake weight was in its heyday of late-night infomercials. He explained to us how Green Lantern showed him the problem with superhero movies, emphasizing his role in the actual production was a small one. So small, it turns out that the shake weight was a prized souvenir, making its inclusion into the in the movie a Marvel movie or a Marvel DC crossover. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking talk right now.
More shake weighty.
Here's a quote. So I was in New Orleans and I was in Green Lantern, but I was barely doing anything. I'd be in my hotel room and it'd be like 1 a.m. And the infomercial for the shake weight came on. I was like, screw it. I guess I'm buying everything I see on TV tonight. I'm going to buy knives and some sewy things. I bought exercise DVDs too. But the one thing I bought that I kept was that shake weight. And then I had it shipped to Australia and I put it in the movie. Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Huh.
What the fuck? Chris Hemsworth's brother made a cameo?
Liam?
Wow. Okay. Luke Hemsworth.
Who the fuck is Luke Hemsworth?
It's Chris
Is that
Hemsworth's brother.
Like the shitty Manning brother, who's not a professional athlete?
No, he's one of the basically he's the head of security in the HBO show Westworld.
Oh.
Oh, he played actor Thor. When Thor showed up and Loki had Matt Damon play Loki.
Oh, 'cause I heard that, but I thought it was like because the thing I read was it said Thor's brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, does Thor have another brother?
He does.
Yeah, but okay, I guess that was his actual brother, I guess too. Or no. Or am I confused?
It was Chris Hemsworth's brother, Luke Hemsworth, played
yeah.
Thor in the skit, and
As
Matt Damon
Thor's
played Loki.
brother. Yes. Okay.
No, as Thor.
I know. But the way I read it was Thor, like the character, had
Yeah.
another brother besides Loki.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
No.
So that's pretty neat. The next one is Matt Damon won't turn down work. That's pretty funny. It shows more of it, though. Like, the image shows more. Huh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm getting a work call, friends.
Oh, have fun. So, fuck. Yeah.
We can go over the tower.
Yeah, let's go over the tower. Go over the tower.
With the faces.
Yes.
So they've all been identified. One is Man-Thing, and that's the thing with looks like the elephant trunk. Another one is Ares.
Okay.
Another one is Beta Ray Bill.
Yep.
One of them is another Hulk. It's a Hulk villain, By Beast, dude with two faces. And the other one is, let's see, what one with like looks like a little, whatever the fuck it is another Hulk villain called Dark Crawler.
Okay.
And then the dragon-looking one is Fin Fang Foom.
Yes. I did know about Fin Fang Foom.
And that actually leads into this another thing that so when Loki references that time I turned you into a frog to Thor, that is a reference to a comic book Thor idea, Throg.
Yeah, that's what Dalton said earlier.
I don't listen to Dalton.
Korg is from Planet Hulk. Did you know that?
I did not.
So, basically, Korg is a pile of rocks. He first meets a pile of rocks that turns out to be an actual living thing, a living being named Korg. It's only fair given his role in Planet Hulk comic story, but the version adapted to the film is a far cry from what most fans expected. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Especially since Cronins have been portrayed as mainly wearing creatures in both Thor the Dark World and Guardians Volume 2. So, Korg is from the Planet Hulk story arc, but that's not the version they adapted. Meek
just
too.
like Sakaar is the literally Planet Hulk from the comics, but it's not Planet Hulk, really.
Right. Well, so basically the Contest of Champions by the Grandmaster is a throwback to the 82 comic Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions. And beyond the name, the series itself involves most of the main players from Thor Ragnarok, though in very different roles. The event series is actually a massive game of chess using the Marvel heroes in the comic universe's pawns. Okay, alright, I got it. Being strategically selected and played by the cosmic beings Grandmaster and Death. Variations on the same Grandmaster and Hela, Goddess of Death, used as antagonists in Ragnarok. In that story, it was a wager to resurrect the Grandmaster's brother, the Collector. I don't know why I didn't put those two together. Like I did, but I didn't. So basically, God damn it. All right, so basically the Collector and the Grandmaster are together, and my understanding is that the Collector would collect them and the Grandmaster would play. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, this is cool. What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just looking. No, you guys already talked about Chris Hemsworth and Matt Damon, but did you guys mention Sam Neill?
That was one of my next ones. Go for it.
That Sam Neill was in that scene with the skit. It was Sam Neill was Odin.
That was Sam Neill?
Yeah, apparently.
Holy shit. That's pretty fucking funny. I mean, we know all the Planet Hulk references, so that's pretty sweet. Let's see here. Refuel on Xandar.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back. Where did that come in? Wow. When Valkyrie finally agrees to go with Thor and help save Asgard or simply get revenge on Hela for killing her sister's soldiers, She estimates how long it'll likely take. It turns out the Bifrost is more of a secret weapon than is communicated, since the trip from Sakaar to Asgard would apparently take 18 months traveling conventionally, stopping to refuel on Xandar along the way. Okay, little nod to Guardians. We already talked about Throg twice.
I got something I didn't know about that I think's pretty cool.
But what?
Odin and the Phoenix. In the comics, there's an unexplored history between Odin and the Phoenix Force, the same cosmic spirit that gave Jean Grey her destructive powers in X-Men. Very recently in Generations, the unworthy Thor and the mighty Thor #1. Oh, okay. And Odin and the Phoenix discuss their history, where Odin somehow was actually the Phoenix's lover. Anyway, in Ragnarok, when Odin finally enters his eternal rest, his essence looks like golden dust that forms the rough shape of a phoenix before disappearing. He didn't go back to a girl, he went back to fucking Phoenix.
There was another one I wanted to go over, but I forgot. Fuck. Mjolnir in disguise. It was the umbrella. Let's see here. Shady Acres.
No,
That was the name of the. It was a special care facility in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, but it was also the name of the old folks' home where Odin was staying in New York.
How did you get from New York to where
Huh?
they at New Zealand?
What?
How did Odin get from New York to New Zealand? I mean, he's
Fuck,
Odin,
what?
I get it, but
Oh, fucking Doctor Strange probably put him through a portal. That's how he got Thor and Loki there.
you're right.
Or
Time travel.
Probably
not.
They did a callback to issue 359 when they were going to do Murder by Mjolnir, when he threw the hammer and then held Loki in front of it, waiting for it to come back. Do you remember that?
yes.
Yes.
That was a
I
nice
guess
little.
the very
That was
beginning.
straight out of the comics. That was pretty dope. We did that. We did that. We did it. Oh, they did a song for Thor's mother. During the play put on by Loki in Asgard, the death of his fictional counterpart is accompanied by the funeral music from Thor's mom in Thor: The Dark World. So the music they played during the funeral for his mom, they played when Loki died in the play. We went over the fake gauntlet.
We go over Scourge's Executioner.
No, we did not.
So apparently the scene where he's got the two with the M16s.
Yeah, the two M16s he got from Texas.
Yeah.
Behold, more
So
stuff.
apparently that scene right there where he's actually holding them is actually pretty much directly from a comic from Thor 362.
See, I like when they do that. I know they pull from all of the comics for one movie, but I like when they actually lift it exactly from the comic books.
It's like whenever he grabs both of them, it's either in the beginning or the end where he's fighting, but it's perhaps he has waited all his life for this one moment. I don't know when it's depicting it, but yeah, it's definitely dual wield.
Okay, so here's a
for half an hour.
fucked up one.
Let me hear it.
The Fenris Wolf.
Big old dog.
When Hela smashed her way through the floor of the vault to drop down to the entombed army below, one soldier stands apart. The massive black skeletal wolf that Hela was shown to be riding in the paintings above. That wolf is immediately referred to by Hela as Fenris and functions effectively as her giant attack dog in the film's third act. In the mythology of Marvel Comics, though, the story of the Fenris Wolf is a lot more complicated. For starters, the wolf isn't Hela's pet. It's her brother. Even weirder, they're both Loki's children. Shifting Hela from Loki's daughter to his and Thor's sister may be the biggest change made to Marvel history with Ragnarok, making her an equal to them in power and shifting Fenris even further down. While the movie sees Fenris beaten by the Hulk and washed off of Asgard, the comic book version was as powerful as Odin, and the actual Norse analog Fenrir was promised to grow large enough to swallow the sun. The movie Fenris never gets to take a human form or grow in size as the fighting builds, but we suppose battling the Hulk, who also grows with his anger and power, is a bit poetic.
That'd be cool to see, though.
What?
Him, like, transform into a person in the movie.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
I feel like they kind of missed out with that.
Did we talk about Valkyrie's ship is the Morai flag?
I feel like we've covered this for something before.
We did not. It's a symbol adopted by the Morai of New Zealand. It's a flag from New Zealand. I believe I'm reading that correctly. I'm not going to read the whole goddamn thing. It's not super important to carry forward. I believe we see a build snipe, which Thor talked about in Avengers 1. Huge, scaly, big antlers. Totally repulsive.
You don't have those?
Yeah. Beta Ray Bill. God, I can't wait to see him on film.
I don't think
Will they, though?
I believe he's supposed to be in Thor 4. Love and Thunder. Yep. Let's see. We did that. Did we talk about Carlo, the melted cousin?
What?
We have at one point. I brought this up when we first started doing this shit.
So.
And it was for treason or stealing or some shit that he got melted.
We did not talk about this.
Maybe we did off camera.
Possibly. But basically, when Thor shows up on Sakaar, he looks like the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Uh-huh.
It looks like the Grandmaster's cousin. But it doesn't say anything. So anyway, basically he melts his cousin with that stick.
It smells like burnt toast.
Yes. So apparently his name is Carlo. Oh, his name's Carlo because the artist's name is Carlo. The original comic artist for that. So that's pretty cool.
How about the rock, paper, scissors joke?
Nah.
Hang on. It's not on this one. But that was a great joke.
I didn't really get it at that very moment. And
you didn't?
Not at that very moment.
Rocks.
Little rock, paper, scissors.
And he got beat by what does it say? He tried to start the revolution, but he failed because he didn't print enough pamphlets.
Yep. Little rock, paper, scissors joke for you.
Yep.
Obviously, we know that the Incredible Hulk in this movie is a throw to Savage Hulk and Planet Hulk all combined. Not going to go too far into that. The last one that I've got, because I'm not going through anymore, is the Stan Lee cameo.
I actually really like that one.
This is probably my second favorite one out of all of them.
It was funny.
So the Stan Lee or the Marvel God damn it. I've been talking a lot. The cameos of Marvel icon Stan Lee were taken as a beloved trademark even when no fictional explanation was offered. All that changed in Guardians 2 when Lee was shown on what looked to be Earth's moon discussing his escapades in the Marvel movies with a group of Watchers. Cosmic beings charged with overseeing and, watching life throughout the universe. The lack of attention paid by the Watchers ruled out the possibility of Stan Lee actually being Uatu, Earth's Watcher. Some fans theorized that. The answer instead was that Lee was an informant for the group, and in Ragnarok, he's heading far away from Earth yet again. The most head-turning part of Thor Ragnarok's marketing was a look at Chris Hemsworth's new Thor costume, mainly his lack of flowing gold locks. The change may have just been to get Hemsworth out of the makeup chair for the required wig work, but it's made all the sweeter with the reveal that it's Stan Lee cutting off the locks, with a nightmare setup of spinning blades where his hand used to be. So, Stan Lee is an informant for the Watchers.
I thought we confirmed this 20 minutes ago.
We did. So basically, one could say he's an honorary Watcher.
Nah, he's an informant. Difference.
I'm gonna give him the honorary title.
Yeah, I like that better. We also got a little glimpse. Thor did, hey there, big guy, sun's getting real low.
Yeah.
Multiple times. It was fucking hilarious.
Why do you keep saying that to me?
Let's see. Hulk's new outfit. We talked about that. The Real Revengers. Did we talk about that?
No.
All right. Ugh. Fuck. All right. Hard to give points for the originality, since he's taken the Avengers brand and repurposing it to emphasize the vengeance driving their mission. But it's not the first time that the team has operated under that name in the Marvel comic universe, and it deepens the connection he holds to another artificial hero in the MCU. The coolest use of the Revenger name for many will be the hero team of Marvel's Earth 10,011, otherwise known as the Cancerverse. Jesus. In that reality, death was defeated, turning all life into an undead nightmare version of their heroic identities, meaning the Avengers became the Revengers, Thor included, but the version of the team created in Marvel's main universe was comprised of heroes fighting under Wonder Man, goddamn. Against other heroes, it got ugly. Wonder Man was actually the character whose mind was used to create the Vision. But even if the MCU version created Vision from Jarvis, he took plenty of cues from Thor. Only right that the God of Thunder get to adapt another of Wonder Man's stories. All right, then. Never mind. Wasn't that interesting.
No.
I was super excited for a second, and it was just stupid. All right. Thor's love of snakes. Anybody remember that story from Thor Ragnarok where he said Loki turned into a snake?
He's like,
then
stab me.
yeah, turned back into Loki and stabbed him. You don't remember that?
It's whenever Loki's in the chair chained up and shit and they're about to leave fucking planet.
Yeah, they're about to leave
Valkyrie and Bruce.
And he says, I love snakes. And one day I found a snake and I picked it up and I was playing with it. And then the snake turned into Loki and he stabbed me.
Okay.
The delivery in the movie was way better.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is all I've got. I mean, they have another reference to another Valkyrie. But yeah, I don't care. Scourge's Last Stand, we already talked about that. What? The fuck is wrong with you guys?
A lot.
Thor finally got his coronation as the king of Asgard.
Then gave it up.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Well, he ain't there. He didn't give it up yet.
No. But he got it taken from him. He got made somebody's bitch real soon.
He was his bitch's sister's bitch.
Because in the post-credit scene, Thanos shows up.
He's like, hey, bitch.
Which leads us right into Avengers Infinity War, which we will cover
right into him
in our next episode. So now that we're an hour and a half into this podcast, it's time for our random celebrity generator. I'm done fucking talking, so don't ask me for much. Jesus.
Dave, pick a number, 1 and 8.
Fuck. 5.
Ray Romano.
Okay.
Omar 1 through 8.
4.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm not gonna look. 3. Justin
Thoreau?
Is that who it is?
Justin Thoreau?
What's he played in?
He's been in a couple of things.
I got one for Ray Romano. It's easy because we
That
just
sounded like
talked
Ray Romano right there.
movie.
Justin Thoreau is technically from my neck of the woods.
What?
Justin Thoreau's from DC.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he been in? I know the name, but I can't remember.
I only know Zoolander. It's the only thing I've seen him in.
Huh.
Books. Hold on a second. What's that?
So for Ray Romano, he could be Grandmaster.
Yep, easily.
Very easily. He could be Grandmaster, or he could even be the Collector. But I think he'd be better at Grandmaster. That's all I got.
One for Justin. Either Doctor Strange
Ooh,
or Morbius.
Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I'm going to go outside of Marvel for Macaulay.
Kind of got to, I feel.
Yeah.
Bystander number 4.
No.
Now this is post
Scarecrow.
Addict.
Ooh,
That is good.
that's
Fuck
a
it, do
fucking
it. Do it
good one.
Do it. Addict. McCulkin. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Scarecrow. Possibly even look-wise, Riddler.
Nah, I don't see. I see Scarecrow more.
I don't see Riddler,
He's kind of got the wired
but Mad Hatter though,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
deranged version of the Mad Hatter.
But the one that really stands out is Scarecrow.
Yeah, that one's definitely good. Damn. So, let's see here. Let me look up some of this real quick. So Justin Theroux, like he could even play a younger Magneto.
Ooh.
Yeah, he could have. I mean, him and whoever the other actors actually look pretty similar.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, is he dating Jennifer Aniston?
Who the fuck knows?
I think they were married.
Yeah,
They were.
That sucks
For, like,
if they're
month.
not.
Been married 5 fucking times, I think.
Honestly, if we were recasting Captain America, he's got the look. I don't know how good of an actor he is.
I mean, all the shit he's been in has been like B-list.
He was in Bumblebee and American Psycho. Yeah, he played Dropkick in Bumblebee. He was a Transformer.
Well, so he voiced him.
Yeah.
Then it was auto-tuned. And
How about Dr. Doom?
I still really like Luke Evans for that.
Well, yes.
But if we're just fantasy casting,
We're
I can
throwing
see
out
it.
we're throwing out possible roles. I can see him as
Oh.
Dr. Doom.
Wolverine.
Nope.
Another one. Thought about it.
Look, I got it, but guess what? The facts are the facts. Hugh Jackman is not doing it in the MCU.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, they don't need to bring him back.
Well, I'm not going to deal with an X-Men series that doesn't have fucking Wolverine. Plus, they're already bringing in the Weapons Plus program. They already did with Captain America. They brought it back with Bruce Banner, and they're using it in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which means we're going to get Weapon X, which means they're going to tie Deadpool into the MCU.
Well, then just bring in X-23, and I'll be satisfied. Because she's still alive.
They're talking about doing that too.
Damn right they are.
But at the same time, you also got to think, the events of Logan happened still after Endgame.
Oh,
How about Ghost Rider?
If they don't bring back Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, I'm going to be upset.
I don't want them to bring back Nicolas Cage as anything.
I am kidding, but that would be fucking hilarious.
Would it, though?
What? So, okay. And we can talk about this in the future, but Multiverse of Madness is a good way to bring in people that we enjoyed as characters into the MCU.
Like Hugh Jackman.
If he decides to do it.
He's not going to.
He might, though, because he did say he wanted to play in the MCU.
But he's not going to. He's done. We all know it.
Maybe. We'll see. Anywho's, Ray Romano is the Grand Master. That's all I've got for him. Or Carmine Falcone.
I feel like you get a Carmine Falcone a lot for people.
What about Justin Theroux as Reed Richards? Even though Krasinski's definitely got that one down more.
Yeah. Or give him a clean-shaven look. He could be Johnny Storm.
Who, Ray Romano?
No, Justin Theroux. We're back on him.
Oh, about to say, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Ray Romano is the Human Torch.
Flame on.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, if you give him some grays, I could see him being old man Hawkeye, Theroux.
Ooh.
Obviously not Ray Romano.
Actually, Ray Romano as himself could be Old Man Hawkeye. Just kind of let himself go a little bit. Do we want to do a second celebrity generator? Because that only took 6 minutes.
Oh, we can.
I don't give a fuck.
Why not? Let's do it.
This is it, because I'm fucking starving.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is after dinner. God damn it, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Fuck, I haven't eaten yet.
Oh.
Oh. All right, Dave, 1 through 8.
4.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Omar.
You.
8.
Peter Billingsley.
The fuck is that guy?
I know that name.
All right. Goofy
Whoa.
somewhere, fucking 80.
Oh, God.
What?
So that's who he is.
All right. I'm going to go 4.
He's Ralphie.
Tommy Lee Jones.
That's a good pull.
Tommy Lee Jones is a good one.
Peter Billingsley is Ralphie from Christmas.
Oh, my God. Good. I've already got one for him.
All right, who you got?
I was going to say Justin Hammer. But I got Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm going to go Jean Grey.
I could see it. I don't know.
Jean Grey or Batwoman. Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
I could see that.
Well, what the fuck was her name? Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got one for Billingsley.
What's up?
Professor Zoom.
Who the fuck is that?
Reverse Flash, if you will.
Okay. All right.
That's not who that is.
Are you going off the comics or the TV show, Dalton?
Comics.
All right. So there's a lot for Tommy Lee, but I'm basing it off his age now. You know, where he's old as shit.
Okay.
Either a current or older Agent Coulson. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be a very good older version of Agent Coulson.
There's another old man Hawkeye right there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tommy Lee Jones is old man Hawkeye.
Ooh, that's fucking good.
Yep. I'm switching my answer to that.
I love that, actually. Yeah, how sick would that be if in like 10 years, when they're done with like the MCU stuff, they start doing old man versions of all these characters? Like they finally do an old man Cap. They do the old man Hawkeye. They do the actual version of the comics for old man Logan.
Like, I don't even care if it's Marvel Universe. Just give me.
I want Kevin Feige to run the fucking show for Marvel shit.
Well, that's fine, but it doesn't necessarily have to be connected. Just show the journey from where
True
they
that.
stop the.
I think at this point, as far as Marvel, they can get whoever they really want. People aren't gonna, no actors except for people like, I guarantee you, the right money, Hugh Jackman will come back and play Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
The right situation, he'd come back. I don't care.
Which makes me sad because I think of him as like being very humble.
Like it's one of those things where you have Anthony Hopkins did MCU movies.
True.
If he's done MCU movies, they can get whoever they want.
He was knighted too. So did Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, these are not like your Joe Schmo actors. These are very big.
Ben Kingsley was
Protect for the
Gandhi,
fucking
if I'm not
queen.
mistaken.
He was what?
Gandhi.
Yeah.
Like they don't play. Like, I don't want to say they don't play any role, but they don't just play any role.
I mean, hell, Ben Kingsley was also in. Was he in this? Let's see.
I mean, you gotta think they also gave like Chris Pratt. I mean, he was in Parks and Rec, but they're like, come to the MCU, and Chris Pratt took off. You know what I mean? No one knew who the fuck he was before that.
MCU have basically Marvel, Disney, whatever you want to freaking call it, has made the careers for a ton of people. It has completely made their careers.
Yep.
It fixed Robert Downey Jr.
Oh hell yeah.
Chris Hemsworth came out of he was a nobody. Chris Hemsworth
His brother was a somebody, and then blew him out of the water.
Yeah, and then
Thor
and happened.
Hemsworth is a fucking B-lister.
Yeah, so Chris Hemsworth wasn't really anybody. Mark Ruffalo became a bigger name with just the part that he played.
Besides
I'm
Robert
gonna
Downey
be honest.
Jr.,
I didn't know who Mark Ruffalo was until he went in Avengers.
Oh, I did just because of the castle.
But besides Robert Downey Jr., the biggest actress, honestly, in that movie was old girl who played Gamora, because she played in the Avatar.
Zoe
The
Sandala.
biggest actress in that movie, in that series. Believe it or
Is it
not.
Sandala?
I don't fucking. You know what? Yeah, I did. What do you want me to say? Sandala?
Saldana.
Oh, okay. I reversed some letters. Nice stroke, Dave. Nice stroke. I don't know. Like I really, really, really was hopeful Hugo Weaving was going to come back to play Red Skull because he was so fucking good. I can understand him not wanting to. You came in, you tried it out. Afterwards, you didn't want to do it. That's fine. That's great. I like the guy they got to play him in Endgame and Infinity War, but it's not the same without Hugo Weaving.
No.
Also, I really, really hope they bring back the Gambit they used in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Taylor Kitsch or Kirch or whatever. He played the lead guy in Lone Survivor. He was the team leader.
Oh, you mean Murphy?
Mike Murphy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he played him. He was also the bad guy in American Assassin. Great movie, by the way.
Good movie.
I loved it. I hope they continue that. I have the whole book series. It's so good.
Oh, he was in John Carter.
I've never seen that.
He was the main character. He was John Carter. Dave watched. That's actually a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little sci-fi. It's a little bit off, but it's good overall.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to get the fuck out of here before we go down too much more of a rabbit hole, because apparently all three of us need to eat dinner, and it's fucking 9/11. Whoops. All right, have a good night, and we'll see you next week.